Hello, grade 11s. Let's quickly do this question under electromagnetism. The first question says, define or state the Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. Faraday's law states that the induced EMF across a conductor is directly proportional to the rate of change in magnetic flux. So we have this formula, Faraday's law. Faraday's law says the induced EMF is directly proportional to the rate of change in magnetic flux, meaning that if the rate of change in magnetic flux is increasing, also the EMF increase. So if the change in magnetic flux is increasing, also the EMF increases. But when the time increases, this will decrease, okay? So zikhona ke ngoku izinto esingazenza in order to increase the EMF that is induced. We can increase the number of turns. You can increase the number of turns. For example, if we have a solenoid, let's say we have a solenoid. Here we have only three turns. 1, 2, 3, okay? Then if you want to increase the EMF, you must have more turns. You must increase the number of turns. So you increase the number of turns. You increase the speed of the magnet. You must increase the speed of the magnet. Okay, so you can also increase the speed. You can also use a stronger magnet so that the magnetic field strength will increase. Okay, so the following question here, we have a solenoid. There is a solenoid here that is drawn. Well, color we have A, then this side we have B. So this solenoid, it has a galvanometer here. There is a galvanometer. So there is a conducting wire. That is a conducting wire. Conducting wire. Okay. Conducting wire. Alright. So we are given this solenoid. We have a conducting wire again to that side. Then that is a solenoid. Then there is a magnet here. The magnet there is angabani go south here. Then we have north here. And this magnet is pushed inside the solenoid. Okay. Now the first question under this says, what is the polarity, north pole or a south pole, of the left hand side of a solenoid as a bar magnet approaches? What is the polarity of the what? Of the solenoid in this side. Now, you must insert this magnet in. Then the solenoid must push the magnet out. The magnet is going in, then the solenoid is pushing it out. So now that it is going into the solenoid must push it away. So which means here we have a south pole. Remember, we say like poles repel each other. As you push it, the solenoid will push it away. Okay, but if there's a magnet away, which means the responsibility of a solenoid is to pull it, which means in order to pull it, it must come with icala elingubani pha elingunoya. But in this case, the magnet was going into the solenoid, which means the solenoid must repel the magnet, which means that is the south pole. Therefore, this side is our north pole, the side with B. Now the following question says, in which direction A to B or B to A does the induced current flow? So iya kweliphi i-current, ingaba imuva from A to B okanye from B to A. So we want to know that. Now we are going to use the right hand rule. Remember, the thumb represents the direction or the north pole, which means it must point to the north, right? That is the thumb. Now, if you can look at this one, if ingalo yakho, isandla sakho leminwe le current ijikela ngapha like this, look at this. So the leminwe izojikela ngapha, which means the current must come up kwela cala lingapha ya. The current must come up kwela licala lingapha, which means the current is going up here. So it must come up, then down here, and so on and so on. Because i-thumb yakho must point to the north pole. Then lena iminwe ijikele ngapha, it is curling that side. So nansi ikhelisha pha. So ikhombe phezulu kwela cala, which means the direction of the current that side is upwards. So which means the answer here is from B to A. Then we're done with that one, from B to A. Okay, another question that we have here, there is a diagram that is given from the question paper. And the question paper. So we have a diagram with X. There is that X. There is that diagram with X. So they say the diagram below represents the current carrying conductor. Draw the magnetic field pattern around it. So we have to draw the magnetic field pattern around this conductor. So the easiest way is to use the nail, isikhonkwane. So isikhonkwane, once you see this one, umzekelo xa kusecangweni phasi khona, which means besivalwe kanje isikhonkwane, besivalwe clockwise direction, which means the magnetic field is in a clockwise direction. Or you must know that the current is moving into the paper, which means this is your thumb, into the paper. Therefore, look at the curled fingers are clockwise direction. So that is this one. So we also have this one. There's another diagram you can come across. So when you see that one, the nail is removed, or the screw is removed. There is no screw there, it is removed. When you remove a screw, you turn anti-clockwise, or this is out of the page. The current is moving out of the page here into the page. So out of the page, this is your thumb, out of the page. So look at the fingers. So the curled fingers are directed anti-clockwise. Now let's go straight up calculations. Let's go straight to the calculations. A solenoid with a radius r 5 centimeters. 5 centimeters and 350 turns, and number of turns 350 turns. Is pulled out of a magnetic field. The magnetic field is B, represented by B, out of the magnetic field, which is 5,2 Teslas in 1 second, which means delta T is 0,1 second. The solenoid is placed perpendicular to the magnet. The solenoid is placed perpendicular. The solenoid, let me say coil, is placed perpendicular, there's R here, perpendicular to the magnetic field. So the solenoid or the coil is placed perpendicular to the magnetic field. So the angle there is equal. Remember, the angle that we are talking about is the angle between the normal and the magnetic field. And this perpendicular simply means that the angle there is 90 degrees, but there is no normal. If Ibita equation here, the normal is perpendicular to the magnetic field. Therefore, the angle it is over 90 degrees. But the coil is perpendicular to the magnetic field, which means the normal is parallel. When the coil is perpendicular, the normal is parallel. So the angle there is 0 degrees. So theta is equal to 0 degrees. Theta is equal to 0 degrees. Okay. So the first question says calculate the magnetic flux linkage. The magnetic flux linkage. This is the symbol for the magnetic flux. So with this formula from the formula sheet, B is the magnetic field, A is the area. So now that we have a radius, which means we are talking about a circle, the area of a circle is pi r squared. So pi into the distance there, the radius is 5 centimeters, then we divide by 100. So with that 5 centimeters divided by 100, then square. So you have to punch the calculator to get the area, then you calculate that. So it's 5 divided by 100 square. So the answer there is 0, I have 0,0079 meter square. That is the area. So I will substitute here. So the magnetic flux linkage will be magnetic field is 5,2. The area is 0,0079. Cos the angle we agreed that the angle is 0. Then we press the calculator. 5,2 times that. So the answer is 0,04 Webers. That is the SI units of the magnetic flux linkage. Then pendulum question. Then the following question says calculate the EMF. So we have the magnetic flux linkage, which is 0,04 Webers. So the following question says calculate the EMF induced. Calculate the EMF induced. So the EMF is equal to negative N change in magnetic flux divided by delta T. So they say, with statement, a solenoid with a radius of 5 cm cube and 350 turns is pulled out of a magnetic field. It is pulled out of a magnetic field, which is 5,0. It is removed from that magnetic field, which means the change in magnetic flux will be flux final minus flux initial. Okay, so this flux is out, which means that is the final. So we have 0,04 minus 0. Okay, Then we can substitute power. Okay, it is pulled out of the magnetic flux. So we are going to substitute here, right? So I think the same mistake up, it is, the final is 0. It is pulled out of a magnetic field, which is this one. So the magnetic flux is 0, for initial. Then it was removed from that place with that magnetic field. So we get negative 0,04 Webers as our change. So I will substitute here. So the negative, the N is 350. 350 times change now is negative 0,04 divided by the time, which is 0,1. Then we are done with that. So we have 350 times 0,04 divided by 0,1. So the answer here, the EMF is 140 volts. Then we are done with that. So do I have another question here? So there are so many questions. Let's continue. Another question. To consider the solenoid of 9 turns with unknown R. The solenoid is subjected to a magnetic field of 0,12 Teslas. The face of the solenoid is perpendicular to the magnetic field. When the field is uniformly switched to 12 Teslas over a period of 2 minutes, the EMF is minus 0,3 volts. Alright, so this is another question. Let's quickly do this question. So we are given that the solenoid has 9 turns. 9 turns. So the number of turns is equal to 9 there. The solenoid have 9 turns. Then the radius is unknown. The radius is unknown. The solenoid is subjected to a magnetic field of 0,12 Teslas. So the magnetic field is 0,12 Teslas. The face of the solenoid is perpendicular to the magnetic field, which means the solenoid, I can say coil, is perpendicular to the magnetic field, which means the normal is parallel to the magnetic field. Therefore, theta is equal to 0. Okay, so theta is equal to 0 degrees. When the magnetic field is uniformly switched to 12 over a period of 2 minutes, and EMF is 0.0, so the magnetic field final now is 12 Teslas. The time is 2 minutes. So the EMF is given as negative 0.3 volts. The first question here says, mention 2 ways in which the induced EMF can be increased. You can increase the number of turns. You can use stronger magnets. That is, you are increasing the strength of magnetic field. You can increase the speed of the coil. So any of 3. Calculate the number 1, calculate the change in magnetic flux. Calculate the change in magnetic flux. The first formula that we know about change in magnetic flux is this one. Another one, EMF is minus N, change in flux divided by delta T. We are going to use this one because we do have the EMF, we do have the number of turns, we do have the time. Okay, so the EMF is minus 0,3. The number of turns is 9. We are looking for change in magnetic flux divided by the time is 2 minutes. 2 minutes change to seconds, we multiply by 60. Then we press the calculator. So I would say negative 0.3 times 2 times 60, they cross multiply. Then I divide by negative 9 both sides. Then the answer is 4. So the change in magnetic flux is 4 Webers. Then we're done with that question. Then the following question says calculate the radius. So now that we have a change in magnetic flux, we are going to substitute here. Okay, we are going to substitute there. All right, but asinayo a magnetic flux initial and final, we only have change, which means that formula can be written in this form. We can say we have BA cos theta initial here minus, minus B initial A cos theta. So the magnetic flux here is 4, the change is 4, which is equal to B final. B final is 12. Area asinayo cos the angle is 0 minus the initial is 0.12, 0.12. Area as yes, cos the angle is 0. Okay, then we press the calculator there. So with that 12 cos 0 minus 0.12 cos 0. So the answer there is 11.88. So we have 11.888. Then we divide both sides by 11.88 both sides. So then we get the answer. So we have the area, which is equal to 0. So the area, now that the question was calculate the radius, the area of a circle is pi r squared. So the area is 0.33, which is equal to pi r squared. You can divide by pi both sides. So we get r squared, which is equal to 0.33 divided by pi, that is a pi, then square root both sides. So we get the radius there. Square root both sides, 0.33 divided by pi. So the answer is 0.32 meters. That is the radius. Then we are done with this question.